Hello, this is Pat Survey. I'm going to be your instructor for BIS 1120 for the 8-week term course. The point of this video is to get you going inside of SAM, making sure that you're working inside of SAM and that you understand how the SAM format works. We have a lot of homework going on this week, so please pay close attention to what's going on here. First and foremost, I am in the SAM login window. It's sam.cengage.com. That's the website that you're going to use to go in and pretty much do the majority of your homework for this class. So get yourselves, logged into here, and this is how it's going to look. I'm going to log myself in. And then I'm going to take myself over to a student view because I'm going to look at it as a faculty view, and I'm going to look at it as you guys are going to look at it. Get the right course. There we go. Typically, when you log into SAM the first time, you're going to look at it from a calendar view. It's called your activity calendar button right here at the very top. Now, some students like to work on this. Some students don't. Myself, I do not like this view. Why? The reason I do not like this view is, to me, it's confusing. I don't know what's there, I don't know what's not there, etc. So the easiest thing for me to do is, for myself, I like to turn the calendar view off, and then I click on the activity list button here, and then this is what I'm going to see from this point on. This is more realistic for me. Let's start with our assignments. These are our assignments over here on the left. These are our assignment names, the type of assignment, if they're available or not. Everything's available right now, but what you're concerned with most are the due dates. That's what you need to be worried about most right now, more than anything else. You only need to be focusing in on the due dates that are current. So in this case, an example here, we have homework that's going to be due by March 17th, 2019 by 11:59 p.m. I always say 11:55 p.m. just to be safe. Don't want to have you turning things in at the absolute last possible second. Things can go wrong. I want to make sure that you've got this all in here and all in here correctly. So we're only going to be worried about the first week of class, stuff that's going to be due here by the 17th. All right? And here's a simple rule for this course. If you get the homework done early, you can go forward in this class. You can keep going forward in this class. You can get things done early. You can get things done ahead of time if you understand how the structure works. If you wait until the absolute possible last minute on things, then you're going to have troubles. So always make absolutely positively certain that you are understanding how everything in here works and goes before moving forward. If you have any questions at all, please email me through eLearn. Don't email me through Google. Email me through eLearn, and I'm going to show you guys how to email me here in a few minutes. So this is our environment here inside of SAM. Now, I'm changing something around as far as what's due homework-wise. I'm moving managing files up from the second week of the course to the first week of the course because it's simple to do. It's simple to do. It's something we can get done early. We're through with it, and we can get into the meat of the subject matter, which is going to be learning Microsoft Office. So how does SAM work? SAM, every chapter, or in this class, they're called modules, has what's called a review training section and then an associated SAM path with it. All right. This review training, also called simulation training, is going to show you how to do certain skills, and then what you're going to do is you're going to apply those skills into the SAM path area down here. All right. So skills that you apply to the SAM path. Let's just review the skills that we need to know for this part of the class. So we'll go into review training. And it says read the instructions before attempting it. SIFs is set up correctly. Mine is. I'll hit start. And then this window is going to pop up. Now let me stress to everybody, when you're working on simulation training, it's best sometimes just to restart your computer. Make sure you don't have a lot of things on, no music coming through your computer. Don't be sitting with headphones in either. You want to focus in and make sure that you're focusing on what you're trying to learn right here, right now for this. I'm going to maximize my screen here. So I need to open File Explorer, use the navigation pane to display the contents of the Glacier folder and the Documents folder. Open the Franchise Meeting folder and then go back to your previous location. A lot of you are taking this class because you've never done this type of stuff before. Well, you're in the right spot. We have 3 ways to learn this material. First part's the intro part, and this just gives you a background of exactly what you want to do, but for a lot of students, looking at this over here it's pretty intense. So what a lot of students choose to use is what's called the observe method. And when I click on observe, here's what's going to happen. It's going to bring up a play screen. I'm going to play it.
Click the File Explorer button on the taskbar.
And then Sam is going to do the work for you.
The File Explorer window displays the frequently used folders in the Quick Access list. In the navigation pane, click the Expand icon next to This PC. The navigation pane displays the folders and drives on your computer. In the navigation pane, click the Expand icon next to Documents. The navigation pane displays the folders in the Documents folder. In the navigation pane, click the Glacier folder. The right pane displays the contents of the Glacier folder. In the right pane, double-click the Franchise Meeting folder. The right pane displays the contents of the Franchise Meeting folder. On the address bar, click the Back button. File Explorer displays the previous location, the Glacier folder.
So you can see Sam does the work for you. It shows you how to go in and do the steps involved with it. If I want to, I can watch it again. So I can hit cancel on this. I can replay this again. I can replay
Click the
this
File
as many
Explorer
times as I
button
want.
on the
I'm gonna
taskbar.
pause this right now. I am unlimited on how many times I watch this video. Now let me stress, this does not affect your grade when you watch it. Your grade does not go down. Your grade does not go up when you watch this. You watch these if you don't understand what's being asked to do. For a lot of you, this is going to be your way to learn this material, in addition to reading through the textbook. And we'll, later on this week, I'll have a setup up there for your first set of homework assignments as far as how to do homework from the textbook. I'll put that up sometime on Friday or Saturday later on this week. But right now, we're just learning how to gain a skill set to be able to complete a SAM path. Once you've observed this a few times, you can practice it. And by practice,
Click the File Explorer button on the taskbar.
Sam does the same exact thing as before, except this time you move your cursor.
The File Explorer window displays the frequently used folders in the Quick Access list. In the navigation pane, click the Expand icon next to This PC. The navigation pane displays the folders and drives on your computer. In the navigation pane displays the folders in the Documents folder. In the navigation pane, click the Glacier folder.
So again, I'm doing all the clicking here. What happens if I click on the wrong spot? What does Sam do? Nothing. Won't do anything. I have to click on the exact spot for it to be correct.
The right pane displays the contents of the Glacier folder. In the right pane, double-click the Franchise Meeting folder. The right pane displays the contents of the Franchise Meeting folder. On the address bar, click the Back button.
Now some of you know, hey, I can click back up here on Glacier and see what happens. It won't let me do it. So what does this mean? This means that Sam wants you to do things a certain way. Okay? For a lot of us in here, we've got a lot of experience in Microsoft Office programs already, or you're familiar with Windows already. You're going to have to give Sam what Sam wants. And it can be frustrating sometimes. So don't let the program beat you up. Make sure that you come in here and don't let it frustrate you. Learn how it wants you to go through the steps, and you'll be in great shape. Every term I have students come in and say, this program feels like it's just beating me up by having me go through these same steps again and again and again. It's not hurting you, it's just showing you the way it wants you to do it. So it's not hurting, it's helping, it's just showing you a new way to do things. So use this method, give Sam what it wants, get through the class.
File Explorer displays the previous location, the Glacier folder.
There we go. Once I have gone through this a lot of times, and I feel comfortable with this, I can apply the skill by clicking the Apply button up here at the top. See right up here where it says Apply. I'm going to click on Apply. And now we're back to that first set of instructions we saw a few minutes ago. So open the File Explorer. Use the navigation pane to display the Glacier folder and the Documents folder. Documents, Glacier, franchise meeting. Now, if I want to, I can click the back arrow here, or I can try and click Glacier and see what it does. Hey, it worked. Okay. So, and apply is going to let me do it. Practice, not so much. Okay. Up here at the very top, watch my cursor. It says Open the Graphics folder. You can see some steps in here are really simple to do. Some steps in here are extremely easy to do. Other steps might be more complex. Up here in the very top where it says Tasks, right now I'm 3 of 15. So in this case and scenario here, I only have 15 skill sets I need to learn. I can click on these bars right here, and here are all the skills I'm going to be required to learn. Now you're looking at this thinking, oh great, only 15 skills per week? This is going to be an easy class. No. In Word, there's going to be 36, 40 skills that you're going to need to learn to know how to do inside of Word. In Excel, 25 to 35 skills you're going to need to learn per module. Module is the fancy word for chapter in this class. So when you get done with managing files, review training, and you take the SAM path, you might want to start working on the Word part and keep moving forward on the review training on those other parts. I'll get to that in a minute. I can jump around on here. I can choose what skill I want to use. When I have a green check mark next to it, it says I'm done, I'm good to go. If I want to go back and revisit that skill again, I can. I can always click back on it again, and it brings me right back to that skill. When I have worked through everything, when my task list here is all checked in green, when I feel comfortable that I know everything, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to close out of my review training for managing files, and here it says, over here in my status area, it says in progress. So right over here it says in progress, I just highlighted it. I'm then going to come down here to my SAM path, managing your files path. And what this is going to do is it's broken into 3 parts. You have your pre-exam, your training, and your post-exam. Now pay close attention to this part because a lot of times students get confused with this. So I choose to do videos because sometimes visually it helps you out. The goal in this class to get a very high grade is to go through the review training as much as you possibly can. When you're ready, you come in and you take managing your files pre-exam. Now, later on they'll have other names, but you'll take the pre-exam. What the pre-exam is going to do is it is going to test you on the exact same skills that you learned up here in review training. So if you go through the review training as much as you possibly can, when you take the pre-exam, you're going to get a lot of questions right. So let's jump into the pre-exam. It says here, I have 3 incorrect actions per task. I cannot retake it. And once it gets going, you can't stop it. These SAM paths are timed. All right? They do not have an observation section. They do not have a practice section. It's just go in and do it. Now, so far in here, my first task is open the recycle bin, restore the workshops file to its original location, then empty the recycle bin. Well, that's something I didn't practice earlier, so I need to come over here to my task list, and let's go to Navigate with File Explorer. That looks familiar. Here's my time limit right up here, clicking away. Open File Explorer. I'm going to look for the Precision folder and open the Workshops folder, and then go back to the previous location. So I'm going to go into here, and I can move my instructions around. I do not need to have them sitting right on top of everything. So I'll open up this. Oh, see, I did something wrong. Can retry the task again. Up here at the top it says attempts remaining 2. That just tells you how much you got left on this singular task. I get 3 incorrect hits on this for myself. Workshops, and then go back to your previous location. There we are. Hooray, I did it right. If I have honestly worked through all the review training for this specific item, in this case managing your files, if I've worked through all these skills first, I should get a very high grade on this. If I don't, if I miss a question, if I miss 2 questions, if I miss 4 questions, let me show you what happens then. You're going to work yourself through all 15, in this case, 15 of these skills, and when it's done, it should just close itself out. If it doesn't, after you got all 15 of them done, press the Submit button here. Press OK. It says I got 1 right, I skipped 2 questions, and 12 questions were not there. So I'll close this out. I don't need to print anything. It's going to go right to SAM. I'll know it's there. Now let's take a look over here. Managing Files Path, SAM Path. It's available now, and it is due the 3/17/2019. When I look underneath the SAM Path name here, and then look down this list here, I see these 3 dashes. Those 3 individual dashes indicate that these 3 items here go with this date. So these are not just continuously open. These are related to this date here. Again, these are not continuously open all the time. They close out on this date. Right now, I have attempted my pre-exam. It says done. I now have been moved to the path training section. What the path training is going to do is it's going to test you and take you back into what it did in the review training again and say, here's what you missed. This is what you got wrong, task-wise. I have 14 incorrect in my pre-exam. I need to learn 14 more skills again. I need to apply each one of these skills. So I have to prove to SAM that I have applied each one of these skills. After I've applied each one of these skills here, I'm going to submit it, and then SAM is going to move me down to what's called my post-exam area. Until I have proved to SAM that I can do all and apply all the path training, SAM will not let me progress down to the post-exam part. All right? So I have to do all of this and complete it all and prove to Sam that I've done it correctly before I can move to my post-exam part. So how does this all work? How does this all come together? Works this way. If you do the review training as much as you possibly can and really get these skills down, when you take the pre-exam, you're most likely going to get a very high grade. Some of you are going to get 100%. If you get 100% on the pre-exam the first time through, these other two sections, the training and the post-exam for this associated SAM path, are going to disappear. Which means you don't have to do anything after the pre-exam. So it benefits you as a student to go over the review training that's been assigned each week and earn as high a grade as possible on the pre-exam. Every term, I average about 25 to 30% of my class will get 100% the first time on that pre-exam because they have studied. Not because they came in here and clicked a couple times, but because they went in and studied. They tried and put forth a lot of effort. You're not going to get 100% because you clicked on the pre-exam and because Sam feels like giving you 100%. You have to earn it. You have to show that you know how to do these skills. If you don't, Sam will not let you progress forward. Okay? Again, though, if you miss anything on the pre-exam, goes down here to training, complete the training, and then complete the post-exam. Now let's talk points in here. The pre-exam and training together, if you complete both of these together, 25 points. When you complete the post-exam, 25 points. These three items here are 50 points. When it comes to SAM paths for this class, there's a lot of them. So it benefits you as a student to get working through them, maximize your points each time, make sure that shoot for 100% each time. Aim for 100% each time on that pre-exam. If you miss anything, don't worry about it. Prove it here in the training section, get it right here in the post-exam. Your grades are going to be fantastic in this class. If you don't, you're going to have major problems. Okay, so don't let that happen to you. In addition to the first week of class, you also have what's called our pretest. Now, what's the pretest? The pretest is our way in the BIS department to ask our students, what do you know? Where are you at skill-wise when you walk in the door to BIS 1120? The pretest is going to ask you questions on Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. For some of you, you're going to get it with ease. But for a lot of you, you're going to miss a lot of questions, and there's 70 questions on that pretest. I need all of you to take that pretest this week. Some of you are going to get grades you've never seen before in your life. It's common for some students to get 3 out of 70 correct on the pretest. And they'll just get flustered and frustrated with it and think, my gosh, I shouldn't be in this class. No, you should be in this class. If you do terrible on the pretest, you need to be in this class because you need to learn these skills. So take the pretest, show what you know. Let's see what you know. Everybody who takes the pretest gets 100%, regardless of your grade. You get 3 out of 70 right, you still get 100% for trying. But you've got to try all 70 questions that come up. How are these questions going to be presented? Similar to how you do the pre-exam. That's exactly how it's going to look. Is there any training for the pretest? No. We want to see what you know now. But in order to get ready to take the pretest so that you're familiar with it, I need you to complete the Managing Files review training and the Managing Files path. When you complete the managing files path fully and completely, it's going to disappear off of here. It's going to go away. Then you're on to the pretest. Get this done as early as you can in the week, because this being an 8-week course, this really picks up speed real fast. You're going to be doing sometimes two chapters or modules a week in here. So the earlier you can get going in here, the better off you're going to be in this course. I'm going to be coming in here a couple days a week and make sure everything's okay. If you have any questions, I need you to email me, please. How do you email me? Here's how you email me. I need you to email me through eLearn. I cannot get emails through Google. If you try to email me back through the Google system, I'm not going to get it. I'm going to go here to email. Wait a minute. There we go. And I'm going to click compose. So to email me, I'm just going to look at my address book. This is everybody who's registered in the class. These are everybody who's in the class with us. Here's me, Pat Survey. I'll just click. I got to come back up here. This is the most ridiculous thing with this class. You have to press 2 first, and then I can press Add Recipients. Give me a subject matter. Don't just leave that in there like that. Give me a subject matter, question about, whatever. And then come down here, hi Pat, and then tell me what your question is, your problem is, and then give me a signature at the end. And then when you're done, you just need to press send here. I check eLearn a couple times a day just to see how you're doing, how you're progressing. I need you to get started on things in here early in the week, though. I cannot have you doing things at the last minute. A lot of our homework is going to be due on Saturdays, except for the first week. The first week, because of students getting added into the class and everybody getting in here, some students just wait to the very last second. I'm not going to be able to help you out late on Saturday night. It's just not going to happen. If that's the time you choose to work to get homework done in here and you want to email me with it, I won't see it until Sunday. My phone does not let me know that you have emailed me. That's your choice. I would highly suggest, though, get started on things as early in here as possible. Start getting the SAM stuff done as soon as you possibly can. And there's another homework assignment in here as far as computer ethics are concerned, and as far as managing, as far as an introduction as well. So look for emails from me about exactly what is due the first week of class. I send detailed emails out, full announcements as well. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for watching this video. Again, if you have any questions, if you need to email me for anything at all, please send me an email. And lastly, let me see if I can get over here and see this part of the class yet. Some of the things they open up for us, some of the things they don't open up for us yet. Let me go under content as a student. And BIS Lab down here. If you get stuck on anything, you can come under here to BIS Lab. We have live people on campus to help you out. So if you are on campus but taking this online, it's a room 5230, and these are the times and days that people are available. So Tuesday, you got a lot of people there pretty much all day. Wednesday in the afternoon and early evening, and then Thursday afternoon. At CourseView, we have somebody down there on Thursday afternoon. Cheryl teaches classes down there on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons and evenings, and she does an outstanding job. In fact, everybody whose name is on this list does an outstanding job. So don't be afraid to stop in there and ask them for help if I can't answer your question. Thanks again for watching this video, and hope to hear from you soon.